So in this video, I am going to solve this question which was recently asked in Codeforces round 896 rated for division 2. So first let us understand the problem statement. So the name of the problem is B totally traveling. So what problem I said that we will be given an infinite grid, and on grid we are having some cities, and we are giving that some cities are major cities and some cities are non-major cities. And if we want to travel from a major city to another major city, then the cost is zero. But if we want to travel from a non-major city to a non-major city, then the cost of traveling is length and distance between them. But also if we want to travel from non-major city to major city, then also the cost of traveling between them is also length and distance between them. So what Palmer said that we will be given n cities, and the starting of, and we are also given an integer k, and the k represent the starting k cities are major cities. For example, in this case my k is 2, then means these two cities will be my major cities, and we have to travel from city 3 to city 5. For example, in this case my city 3 is this, my city 3 is this, and my city 5 is this. So I want to travel from minus 2 comma 3 minus 2 comma 1 to minus 3 comma 3. So we have to tell what is the minimum cost from traveling from city A to city B. So I hope you have understood the problem statement. For example, in this case you can see my the major cities are red one. For example, my this city is major city and my this city also major city, and I want to travel from minus to 1 to my minus 2 to 2. So what will be the minimum distance? So first I will go from this city to this city. The cost will be 3, 1, 2, 3. Then I will travel from this city to this city. But this is an intermajor city traversal, which means it has a cost 0. So here it will be no cost. So then next I want to travel from this city to this city. Then cost will be 1. So total cost is 3. Now we have to tell what is the minimum cost from traveling from city A to city B by considering all the major cities in the path. So I hope the problem statement is pretty much clear to you. Now let us begin with the problem solution. So first I will be tell that, for example this is my non-major city and this will be my major cities. Okay. So I will be representing my major city, non-major city as this. I will be representing my major city as this and my non-major city as this. Okay. So tell me, if I am having a non-major city like this and another point non-major city like this, seems good. So if I make a grid like this, from city this, from city this, and from this to this. Okay, and there are some number of cities like this. So these are some number of cities between them, and these are all non-major cities. Okay. So if I want to travel from this city to this city, then the minimum distance will always be, for example, in this case there is no major city, considering they are all non-major cities in this path. In this case, for example, there is no major cities, only non-major cities are there. So what will be the minimum cost? So minimum cost will be the maintained distance between the city A to city B, because there is no point to traveling like this, and then like this, because at the all my minimum distance will always be remaining maintained distance between two cities. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you. But if I took a case like there are some non-major city, but there are some major cities between them. For example, this is a major city, this is a major city, this is a major city, and this is also a major city, and here it also a major city. So now what is the minimum distance? One distance would be this, the maintained distance between two, but this is not the but there are also some major cities in the path which I have to consider. So first of all, I will calculate what is the nearest major city to my point A. This is my point A and this is my point B. So first I will calculate what is the nearest major city from my point A. For example, in this case you can see my nearest major city from this is this one, because this is my nearest major city from A point. Similarly, I will calculate the nearest major city from my point B also. So for example, from my point B, nearest major city is this. So you will calculate that this distance and this distance, the minimum distance between two major cities. For example, in this case, you can see my minimum distance, let it be x and let it be y. So, but now the cost of traveling from this major city to this major city will be zero, because these are our both major city. For example, this cost is my 0. So, what will be answer? My answer will be x plus 5. So this is the greedy, but you will think, but this is not the answer, which means by calculating the nearest major city from point A and nearest major city from point B, I will calculate the distance between them, and the distance between two major cities will always be equal to 0. Then the distance between the nearest major city from A plus distance between the nearest major city from B to nearest major city is equal to y, and adding both of them will be my answer. But this is not the case. Let me show you a test case in which this test case will fail. So for example, I have a having I am having my major city like here, and my nearest major city like here. Okay. So now the nearest major city near to A is this. So I will go to here. Okay. Wait a minute. Maybe this is not clear to you by this means. Uh, Here you can see. For example, my B is pretty much far here. Okay. And my nearest major city is like here, something here at this point, and my nearest major city to boy will be at this point, something like here. Okay. So now if I tell you like this distance and this distance, let this distance be 5, and this distance let it be 8, or rather we can ignore it for now. For example, now what is the minimum distance between, what is the nearest major city to my point A? It is here. It is here. So let it be x. So what is the nearest major city to my B? It will be y. Okay. So now tell me, will it will be always my answer, which means my x plus y will always be minimum. But there are also case in which my this distance can also be minimum. है ना? It is also right, because which means it is also which means it is always not. Let it be, for example, I make it all I make it more further. For example, I make it like here. Okay, this is my nearest major city. So what is the nearest major city to my point B? It is this. Okay, and it is y. So you can clearly see, if I calculate this one, or if I calculate this one, so let it distance be 5, or seems to be 8 like this, and let it distance be similar to 5, but this distance to be 11. Okay. So but now in this case you can see my minimum city to A is this, which is having distance 5. So I will add 5 plus, so my minimum major city from B is this, which is having a distance of 11. So 5 plus 11 is equal to 16. Okay, so according to this will be answer, but no. If you calculate the maintained distance between A and B, which means if I directly travel from A to B without taking any major route, then my answer will be 5 plus 8, which is equal to 13, and which is indeed the minimum, then 16. Which means by taking the major city, by taking the minimum major city from A and B is always not correct. Which means I will calculate both the cases. First case is I will calculate the minimum distance from point A to major city, and from point B to minimum major city, and add them up and calculate the answer. And another case would be I will calculate the direct maintain distance between both the cities, and minimum of both these two will be my answer. But this is a case when my both the cities are non-major cities. But if my both the cities are major cities, in this case the answer is simple. If my both the cities are major cities, then my answer will be 0. But last case, if my one of the cities is major and one of the cities is non-major, then what will be answer? So let me show you that case also. For example, my B is a major city. Okay, so there will be, so it is a similar problem. Then here also arises two cases. My first case, for example, my minimum major city. For example, my minimum major city nearest to A would be something. Then forget everything. Now, if I am having one major city and one non-major city, then what will be my answer? Then my answer will be First, I will calculate the nearest major city distance from A, which is not always possible that it would be B only. It can be any another point also. And for example, let it distance be y x x. Then the distance between A, then the cost of travel from A to B would be x, because I will travel from A to that major city, है ना? Because I will travel from A to that major city, and from that major city it will be again 0. This is 0. So my answer would be, so my one of the answer would be x. What would be another answer? So what would be another answer? So this is my one answer. So my another answer would be the distance from A to B, because there also a case, because there also arise a case in which my in which my maintained, because in which my direct maintained distance between A to B is smaller than the nearest major city. Then in this case my answer would be maintained distance between A and B. So minimum of both these two will be my answer. So I hope you have understood the problem statement. If I show the code, you will understand it better. So seems the problem is, the solution is pretty much big. So if I calculate this, yes. So here you can see, if my both the cities are major cities, then my answer would be 0 and I have a simple return. But if my one of the city is major city, in which in this I am taking my A is a major city, so in this case what I will do, I will calculate the nearest major city distance from A, from B point. I will calculate the minimum distance of a major city from point B. You can see I'm calculating here, because it is simple calculation, you can do it on your own. But this is my one of the test case. My possible answer would be that also, in which I am directly going from A to B. Or then my answer would be minimum distance of this, and my answer would be my answer would be maintain distance between A and B points, comma minimum distance between B and another major city. So but if my B is my major city and A is a non-major city, then I will simply calculate the nearest major city from point A, and this is my one, and this would contain my one of the answer, and my another answer would be maintain distance between A and B. So what if my both the cities are non-major cities? Then I will simply calculate the minimum distance major city from A, and minimum distance major city from point B. So then my answer would be, so my one of the answer would be count 1 plus count 2, which is the original distance from which is the distance between, which is the sum of the distance of minimum distance major cities from A and B. So my one of the answer would be that. What would be my another answer? So my another answer would be maintain distance between point A and point B. So I will calculate the minimum of both these and print that. So this is the whole problem intuition. I hope you have understood the problem statement. If you have any doubts, you can comment me down. And if you want more such videos, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. So till then, stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.